Okay, let's create our next section. So I'm going to come down here, click the blue circle. I'm going to choose regular, and I'm going to choose a 4-column setup. I'm going to close this. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click the gear icon for the row setting. Here are our 4 columns. I'm going to click the gear icon for the second column, and I want to give it a background color of black, but when you hover over it, it'll turn white. So we'll click the hover icon, and we'll give the color, default color black. And then for the hover color, we're going to make it white. And then I'm going to come up here, click these 3 dots, and choose copy background. And I'm going to go back. And right here, I'm going to right click in the 3rd column, paste item styles. And you can see it pasted it. I'm going to go back. And then click on the 4th column, right click, paste item styles. And same thing. Okay? So we'll go back. Then we're going to go to design, and I'm going to change the sizing. I'm going to equalize the column heights. And I'm going to make them with 90%. Oops. Copy that. I'm going to make the max width 90% as well. There we go. I'm going to save that. Okay, so I'm going to create a text module in the 1st column. Click text. Here's our text. I'm going to type in my text. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to make it heading 2. I'm going to go into design, heading text, scroll down here, and I'm going to go to H2, and I'm going to make this Montserrat. That's going to be the font. I'm going to start to type it, and you can see it shows up. So click it. There we go. I'm going to make it ultralight. I'm going to make it black, and I'm going to make the size 40. That looks good. I like that. Everything else here is good. I'm going to go back to close this. I'm going to go down to animation. And I want it to slide to the right. Just like that. We'll save that. Next, I'm going to create a divider. So I'll click the plus sign here. Type divider. I'll click it. I want to show the divider. Go to design. And for the line, I'm going to give it a color of DE. That looks good. And next, I want to give it a spacing. I want to move it up a bit, so we'll go to spacing. Top margin, minus 25. There we go. Scroll down here. I'm going to create another text module. Click it. And this time I'm going to copy and paste some lorem ipsum into the body. So I'll delete that. And I have my lorem ipsum already saved. So I'll go to my website page, pages, home page, feature section, text. Open my notes here. And you can see the lorem ipsum for the second text module is right here. So I'm going to copy this. Go back to the website. I'm going to paste it right in the body. There we go. I'm going to go to design and text. I'm going to make the font Montserrat, light, I come down here and I'm going to make the color dark gray. That looks good. And I'll make the text size 16. Then I'm going to close this and I'll come down to spacing and I want to move it up further, so I'm going to give it the margin top of minus 35. That looks good. Save that. Now I'm pretty lazy, so what I'm going to do, I want to make another divider, but instead of making a brand new divider, I'm just going to clone this one and then drag it below text module there. There we go. I'm going to create another text module. Click it. And again, I'm going to put lorem ipsum in here as dummy text. Oops. Here it is right here. Copy that. Paste. Go to design, text. And this time I'm going to make this Arial font. There we go. And I'm going to make this light. Give it a light gray color. And 16 pixels as well. That looks good. And I'm going to save that. Actually, I'll go to spacing. And I will move that up as well. So minus 35 pixels for the top margin. That looks pretty good. We'll save that. Actually, I don't want to save that yet. Let's give it some animation. I'm going to make this slide to the right as well. And I want to give it a 200 millisecond delay. And this one I want to, let's see here. If it will let me. Nope. Okay, if this ever happens where you can't get to your module, what you can do is you come down here to the menu and click this little icon. This will take you to the wireframe. And here's where that text module is. You can see the divider above and below it. So I'll click the gear icon here. And I want to give this animation as well. And I can turn this off so that I can see it. So we'll go down, animation. And I want to make this one slide to the left. And I'll give this a 100 millisecond delay. That way, this one will slide to the right first, this will slide to the left, and this will slide to the right after this one. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Now, let me see, I'm going to save the page. That looks pretty good. I like how that's looking. Actually, you know what? I want to move this closer up. So I'll have to do the wireframe again. Text. Click that off. Design. Spacing. And let's move this closer. That looks pretty good. Minus 50. Come here to this one. Spacing. Minus 50. There we go. Save that. And I'm going to save it here. That looks good. I like that. Now let's create some nifty little blurbs. So we'll click this gray circle. Start typing blurb. Click blurb. Give it a title. Let's add an image. So we'll click image and icon. We'll trash this. Click add image. upload files, select files. I'm going to add this image here. Click open. Click upload an image. There's our beautiful image. Let's go to design and we'll style the title text. Click title text. I'm going to leave the font default. I'm going to make this ultra bold. I'm going to center align the text. And since we're going to make the background white when we hover over it, we're going to have to change the text color on hover. So we'll come up here, click the hover icon. For default, I want the text to be white, but when we hover over it, I want it to be dark gray. So I'll change this to dark gray. Looks good. I'm going to change the size to 24 pixels. That looks good. Now let's style the body text. I'm going to make it light. Center align the text. Click the hover icon. On default, I want it to be white, but on hover, I want it to be light gray. Change the color here. Looks good. And I'll change the size to 16 pixels. There we go. Now let's add a box shadow. Click box shadow. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to make the box shadow vertical position 0 because I don't want to see it until we hover over it. And let's add a hover effect for the box shadow blur strength. So we'll click the hover icon. On default, it's going to be 0. And on hover, we want the box shadow to be 18 pixels. As you can see, you can barely see the box shadow. So we're going to change the box shadow color, make it a little darker. There we go. That looks good. Now let's add some animation. Click animation, click slide, and I want it to slide up. And I want the animation opacity, starting opacity to be 100%. There we go. Save the changes. Now instead of creating brand new blur modules with changing the text and everything, we're going to clone this one. Then we're going to drag it over here. We'll clone this one. Drag it over here. Now all we have to do is change the image and the text. Change the title. Change the image. Upload files, select files. I'm going to select this image here. Click upload an image. And this time I'm going to change the animation. So we'll put in 300 milliseconds. Save the changes. Choose this image. Click upload an image. Oh, that's beautiful. (600 milliseconds). And as you can see, because we copy and pasted, the opacity is already at 100%, so we don't have to change that. Click to save changes. That looks good. Come down here. Click save. That looks good, but there's just one problem. As you can see, this text goes right up against the border of the blur module. I don't like that. It makes it look crowded. Come up to the gear icon. Click design. Come down. Click spacing. And here where it says padding, I can start to add padding around the text. That looks much better. The only problem is I don't want the padding to be around the image. So I'm going to click the red X so that my changes aren't saved. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some custom CSS so that we'll have padding around the text, but not around the image. And don't worry, I provide the custom CSS in the video description below the video, and I'll show you right now where to copy and paste it. So I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm going to come up here to the dashboard, go down to Divi, click Theme Options, and this is your Divi theme options. We'll come up here to Builder, click Advanced, click Enable the latest builder experience, and click Enable Classic Editor. Save changes. You'll see the check mark. Come back to the front page, click Exit Visual Builder, click Edit Page, and here you see the wireframe editor. We're going to scroll all the way down here, and where it says switch back to Classic Divi Builder, we're going to click that. And this is a Classic Divi Builder. Up here you'll see a hamburger menu. It's the settings menu. I'm going to click that. And we're going to scroll down to where it says Custom CSS. And now I'm going to open my website folder. Pages, Homepage, Feature section, Custom CSS. I'll open this. And here's the custom CSS we're going to copy and paste right in there. So copy. Close this. Then I'm going to right click and paste. And you can see it pasted the custom CSS. Click Save. Click Update. Now we're going to click View Page. And now we're back on the front end of the page. Click Enable Visual Builder. I'm going to scroll down, open this up. Now we have to add the CSS class in order for the CSS to take effect. You can see nothing's happened yet. So go up to the row module, click the gear icon, click Advanced, CSS ID and Classes, and here's the CSS class. So I'm going to come back, and here it says Custom CSS class to add to row. So I'm going to highlight that, right click, copy, right click, paste. Save the changes. You can see still nothing's happened. We need to come up here to the blur module, click the gear icon, Advanced, CSS ID and Classes, CSS class, come back over here, Custom CSS class to add to blurb. I'm going to highlight it, right click, copy, right click, paste. Now you can see it's taken effect. And it hasn't added any padding to the image, only around the text. So I'm going to click these three dots here, copy CSS class, save my changes, and now I'm just going to right click on the menu here, paste CSS class, right click, paste CSS class. Beautiful. Now I'm going to click save. I'm going to come up here, exit the Visual Builder, and now I'm going to refresh so you can see our cool animation. Look at that. That looks great.